Today we're doing a quick tour of Oceanside RV Resort. I wanted to show you the entrance here. Right there is Oceanside Boulevard up to the light. There's a graveyard that's right there. Then there's train tracks, and yes, this resort is on a train track. So you do hear the Sprinter. It doesn't go typically from about 11 to 4, 11 p.m. to 4 a.m., something like that. There's a gap, and then it starts up again, especially on the weekdays for people to commute. Sorry, it's very loud. Hopefully this comes through. But when you come in, there's this driveway that's really easy to think this is it. It's not. It's this little tiny one. They put these A-frames out with check-in, and then there's a bunch of flags, so you just want to go through the flags. And then you just come here. And I explained this again. I explained this when I showed you the map. That if you come after 5, or after, I should say, the gate closes, which can be any time after 5, you're gonna put your code in the keypad. But as you have to turn in paperwork in order to come after 5, you need to make sure, if you know you're coming that late, you reach out. And you're just going to follow that sign. And you're gonna go around this corner. Here's a map of the campground. You'll see you come in here if you're coming from the north, and you'll come in and here. This is the main building where you check in right here. And so this looks like an entrance, but it really isn't. It is an exit. But I wouldn't pull in here if it's open. Even if it's open, come in this one. And then you can just turn left and kind of hover here in your RV or whatever you have, and then check in right here. And the thing about check-in here that's very important to know is that you have to check in by 5 o'clock. If you do not, you need to email them your insurance and registration for all vehicles and your driver's license. And then they'll give you a after hours packet outside. They'll leave that outside. But if you don't do that, they will not leave you a packet. You also cannot check in after 10 p.m. So you're going, and you wouldn't have the code to get in anyway if you didn't check in prior, because there's a gate here with a code. So you come in, you're going to check in right here. This is the laundry room, game room, a set of bathrooms, the pool, spa. And then these sites are almost all identical. So all of these sites, they're all back in. This one happens to back in on they call it a creek, but like it's a little man-made canal. And so there are like birds and ducks in there. And then these ones here are pull through right here. And then there's another bathroom and laundry room. And then there's trash around, as well as this is like RV storage here. These are tent sites that are just so adorable. I'll show you in the video. And then here's a little doggy park area. I did not take my dog there because, you know, it's a concentrated of where dogs are going potty and whatnot. And unfortunately, even here in this beautiful place, you think people would pick up after their dog, but they're constantly having to clean up dog poop all over the place because people just let them go in the planter or whatever. So that's how it's laid out. I'm going to show you just some strategic sites. It's pretty full, and I don't want to invade people's privacy, but like I said, the sites are all set up exactly the same. So I'll show you all of those, and just to give you an idea, and then also what the pool and the key things look like. There's a really cute little putt-putt course. They're pretty good. People are pretty good about keeping their dogs off of it as requested. I see the kids playing quite a bit too. There's 2 barbecues and a nice patio area with a lot of seating for the guests to use. And then here's the pool area. That's the cornhole game. And these cute little beds to lay in. And there's a spa, a little fire thing, a lot of chairs. It's very popular this whole week. It's been pretty busy. Obviously it's summer, but even when I've been here in the winter, it's pretty popular. They even have a little lift if someone needs help getting in. There's a little outdoor shower to rinse off before or after. There's the bathroom. Have someone come in and clean them all the time. There's 2 toilets on the left and 2 showers on the right. They have these nice rain shower heads, good water pressure, hot water. Here's the first of 2 laundry rooms. They're very clean. Washer, dryer. It uses this, in case anybody needs to know that. It has a sink. Very nice. And yes, there's 2 of them. There's a whole nother bathroom and a whole nother laundry room. And this is in the front building where the check-in is. It's one big giant building. It has the game room, like the family room, the check-in area, and they do sell ice there, and the bathroom, both men and women's, that shower that I showed you. And yeah, this is the game room. There's a couple vending machines here, a nice couch, pool table, games, some books, and then the video games. And it was really cute. I saw a father and his children sitting watching a movie here. So it does give you a little extra space, and it's nice to do. My own children, my adult children, actually played a game together with one of the games that are up there one day. So all the sites are pretty much set up like this one. I'm in 47. I've actually been in this site before, oddly. They have a picnic table. It's just standard size. And there's a divider in between the sites to try and give some privacy. And there's electric, sewer, water. And here you can just kind of get an idea. Those are the ones that are up against the canal. And these are the general ones, that's me, that you stay in, that are in the middle. So here's the check-in, and you just go in through those doors, and if you arrange to come late, the packet would be in that little box right there. So we're going from the check-in. There's a few of those sites you saw on the map over here. Same thing, back in. Same amenities. But I wanted to show you a couple of things of note. And sorry for the squeak. I stepped right into the pool water they were dumping. So my feet are wet. There are a couple along this line of dog pickup spots right there. And there's one in the back, so they give you some bags and have a little trash can. Please, please, please pick up after your pet. But there's some interesting things over here that look a little bit different. And there's just trash all around. You can see one here. There's one at the very end. On the other side, there's some. But this right here is the dog play area. So if you look, you can see, and then there's a section to go in so that no dogs actually accidentally get out. So very safe. And you see there's even a little dog wash station, which I thought was really nice. And they clean it up. I'm just always worried, like, my dog's gonna pick up something. So this is my favorite. These are tent sites. So you can actually stay here in a tent. And they each come with a table, chairs, a little fire pit, some water. And if you look, it's just completely enclosed. I just thought that was so unique. Very private, very nice. And probably don't need to. There. Just trying to give you the palm tree view. And then another thing, you can just see just the general layout, just like I said. And these ones start to get to be the area where it's pull through for the longer. I've not ever stayed in one of the pull throughs, but this one actually has a little deck. Very nice. And then they have some sort of storage here. Looks like you can store, maybe park extra cars, store some RVs. So definitely inquire if that's something that you need. And then we'll go down. There's another bathroom. Here, we'll skip to the end. Okay, you can see there's another set of garbage, the dumpsters on the other side of the brick wall. There's bathrooms. And yes, everything has a code on it. So you really need the code. And they do change it occasionally, but typically they text you here with everything. And then there's another laundry room. This one's a little smaller than the other one, but it's really nice that there's two. And the bathroom is basically the same. And then you can see the sites. That's what a pull-through looks like. Same setup, it just isn't back in. And they have all 50, 30, 20. It's all there. I was gonna try and show you the little canal. And there I am again, all ready to go. I stayed a week this time. It's the longest I've ever stayed. Actually, other than like staying in the cabins that I've stayed at, it's the longest I've stayed anywhere. But you can see it's just your normal canal out to the ocean to help to drain the water. Here, let me see. And there's lots of ducks. So some people really like staying on it. And I would like staying on it, and I have stayed on it. See all the ducks? I just always worry about mosquitoes. I really like this little art piece that they have here. Really sets the ambiance. Okay, I'm leaving the campground. We've been here a week. This is pretty long for me. I definitely recommend it here. I've stayed 16 nights in the last year, which is huge for me. I was working most of that.
But I do it to see my daughter who lives in San Diego, and she's just able to take the little coaster up here. And it gives us a place to be where she's at in San Diego. There isn't a lot of parking. She has a really small place. Obviously, it's very expensive there. So her place doesn't really have room for me to stay with her. So this is kind of like a happy medium. It gets her away from her, area too. So it's kind of like a little vacation for her. And we have a great time, and I am so happy to be here. And this is why I got my Avenger membership. Primarily was just to have better access to this park. So once again, like and subscribe. I try and review most of the campgrounds that I stay at, regardless if it's state park, Thousand Trails, as long as I have time to do it. And then I will